I'm going to be optimistic on this one. I'm going to say if we want a sustainable Athens, we need jobs, we need economic development, we need better transportation services to get citizens from point A to point B, because that is a right.
4 years ago, I was kind of beat up and down because I advocated more jobs and business-friendly operations here. That's the key to sustainability. That's the key to reducing the number of people in poverty. Good, well-paying jobs. And as mayor, I would be very active and soliciting the employers to come here. Poverty is a lack of jobs. It's not about people not willing to work. It's not about people that don't want to work. It's about people that don't have decent paying jobs. You'd be amazed. I don't have the percentage, but the working poor. That's what we're talking. People that have jobs and they're not earning top wages because we don't have the industries here to do that. So we've got to work on that. Yes, sustainability and poverty are key, and add to that education. But when we get the education, then we can have the jobs, and then we will lower the poverty rate. I lived in Athens when we did not have a high poverty rate. I lived in Athens when most people that wanted a job could find a job. I believe we can return to that. And I believe with the Mayor and Commission leading the way, we will return to that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody here who would disagree that job development is the answer to sustainable Athens and bringing people out of poverty. But I vehemently disagree that we can't tackle our poverty issue. I think that when you have almost a third of kids living in poverty, you can't say that we're always going to have a high poverty rate. In essence, saying, and I know you didn't mean this, but in essence, saying that they're just going to kind of follow in that generational footstep. So I think there's a lot of stuff that we can do, and one that's already started here, because there's neighborhoods in Harlem where they said that you'd never be able to decrease poverty. And right now there's an initiative to bring a program here called the Harlem Children's Home. It's underway right now. It'll add over $105 million to the Athens community over the next 10 years if we get that grant, which directly targets the root of poverty. So I just want to make it clear that we don't have to accept that poverty is just something that's here to stay. We can do a lot about that, and there's some stuff that we're already doing. And I know you didn't mean it that way, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood my stance on that.
Well, I think the question was, can we afford sustainability in this community with the economy being the way it is? And I'll answer that with the question, how can we not afford sustainability? What we need to do is make these investments now while we have the opportunity to do it. We're going to have to make some tough decisions, like the diversion center. People are supporting the diversion center. The diversion center is a way to house inmates or folks that have committed crimes. It's going to be a lot cheaper. It's like 2/3 cheaper. And that's an investment that we have to make into the community. That's going to pay off in the long run. And it may hurt a little now, but it's going to bring us big returns in the end.
Thanks. Our next question comes from, the name is optional. You can list it if you want. Matthew Epperson. And this is regarding some issues that have already been discussed, but it presents a little bit of a different take on them. What kinds of incentives would you provide to businesses and individuals to start making greener decisions, such as using compact fluorescent light bulbs, converting engines to biodiesel or electric, buying bulk groceries, bicycle transportation, less heat-intensive clothes washing, etc.?
Man, that's a long, complicated question. Actually, I'm not sure that most of those things that are mentioned there are something that local government can do. Other than education, we do a lot of that through our channel on television, through various things. A lot of things that are. If the opportunities are there, people will take them. Our sanitation department is a perfect example of incentives that help people do the right thing. Within the city of Athens, we have a pay-to-throw program that you pay based on the volume of garbage that you create. which encourages people to recycle, because if you can buy a smaller garbage can, your garbage fee is less every month. So I think, you know, in the policies that we make, if we can find ways to incentivize people to do what they want to do anyway, people want to do the right thing environmentally, they will make those decisions. But I don't think we need to do mandates. And again, the incentives to get people to change light bulbs out and all that, people are doing that as education shows them that you save energy in the long run.
I'm not sure if a lot of that lies within the authority of the mayor and commission. However, I think that collaboration in education is a great tool to use to get this information out there to businesses. And I think this is a pretty good category where we can say that working with the Chamber of Commerce, I think that they could probably better get the word out to the businesses.
I think one way is by going to the community and find out what incentives they are looking for. Businesses, we know, tax credits. That's the magic word. If you get a tax, if you do this, you get a tax credit. They beat the door down to do that. So we have that, but we have to go to our individual citizens and see what kind of incentives would get them in the mode to do what we want them to do, and then find out a way to pay for it without causing additional revenue to be spent by the mayor commission. There are ways that we've got to do it, but we need to go to the community to find out what they say. Too often in these mandates,